The African nation of Botswana has turned to Aboriginal Australians to learn how to reduce massive bushfires that are taking an economic toll. Traditional fire management techniques that were developed in southern Africa tens of thousands of years ago have largely been forgotten and lost. Aboriginal Australians are among the last in the world still practising the techniques, with a group from Northern Australia this month flying to Africa to pass on their knowledge.
They're on the other side of the globe, but turns out these rangers from the Kimberley are quite at home in the African savannah.
They're similar to us in a lot of ways about how they light fire with a fire stick. And they got boab trees over there, which we got big mob over here too.
Robin Dan is one of 5 rangers from Northern Australia who have spent 2 weeks in Botswana, teaching local government workers how to stamp out big, high-heat bushfires.
Southern Africa has a huge problem with fire and they're really looking at ways that they can reduce the impact of wildfire because it's really impacting on not only their wildlife tourism but also their agriculture.
Indigenous cultures around the world mastered the art of using weather conditions and early burns to prevent big fires that could destroy shelter and food sources. But over centuries of colonisation, much of the knowledge has been lost, almost everywhere except Australia.
We're trying to keep that fire low and we come back slowly like this.
It was amazing, and just those similarities between the two cultures were really prevalent. And they had fire sticks as well. They had a little race so you could start the fire first. 2 scrubbed fires were lit to compare how the two groups handled them.
They lit up theirs. It was full on, intense, a lot of fire trucks, lots of people, and hardly any knowledge about fire. Our turn, our fire, using the wind to our advantage, what do we know about fire? Less intense, less heat. No one didn't have to run far away from the heat.
It was like 150 Africans in high vis watching us do our work, and the 2 fires were different, the 2 techniques were different, and I think they learned a lot from us.
It's extraordinary to see people who live in, such vast distances from each other, sharing very similar practices.
There are plans for Botswanan government rangers to do a return visit later this year. Erin Park, ABC News, Brome.